Hi everybody, my name is Alejandra Castillo. I'm gonna do the recording video for the presentation of the class. What is it gonna be about? What's the topic of the class? So first, the thing is, let's explore the world. The topic for today, we're gonna do the task comparatives and superlatives. We're gonna identify the use of it and some examples through real stuff, real things, differences about the world. So we're gonna compare four different countries. We're gonna compare Colombia, USA, Spain, and UK. So this first warming up introduction is for the student to understand what the differences of the comparatives and superlatives and what's the use of it. So first, in this, what I want to do in the warm up activity is for the student to understand and comprehend some vocabulary. New vocabulary could be by identifying the sentences, the definitions, and the numbers of it, the examples. So, for example, the first one, we use comparative adjectives to show, change, or make comparisons. That's going to be Colombia has more biodiversity. Then we use than when we want to compare one thing with another. The second one will be castles in Spain are older than castles in Colombia. Then the third one, we want to describe how something or someone changes. We can use two comparatives with and. For example, the traffic in United States is getting more and more slower. We use two comparatives. And then we often use the with comparative adjectives to show that one thing depends on another. The earlier you take the metro, the faster you get to the destination. So that's for comparatives. Now, what about superlatives? Superlatives, we use superlatives um, to to create more importance or to have more information about a country that has something bigger, that has something the most about the others. So, for example, the United States is the third biggest country in the world. Then Queen Elizabeth is the most famous person in the UK, and Spain is the largest pork producer country in Europe. So, why we use superlative? Because it's something that is over something, and it is the most. So this activity that we're gonna do right now, listening, is we're gonna listen to people who is talking about their country and they're describing it as what is it famous for United States, United Kingdom, Colombia, and Spain. What I want to the kids, the students to understand also is how the accent change and how the people express their ideas because it's not the same culture, it's not the same opinion, is not the same race, the roots. So, what I want them to understand is how biodiversity do we have in around the world, even though both, for example, the United States and the United Kingdom, they speak the same language, which is English, and Colombian speak Spanish. It's not the same accent, it's not the same idiom, it's not the same phonetic and phonology. So for the reading part for the guys, I want them to read the two sides of one city, which is gonna be in United Kingdom and Australia. So we're gonna compare both of the countries and we're gonna read the text what it is about. What I want them to do is to read it twice. Why? Because when you read it twice, the first one you're gonna identify what they are asking you, and then the second time they're gonna understand the actual question. What do they have to answer? So for the reading part, I want them to write about a country slash city that they like and describe why is it famous for. How using comparative and superlatives. For example, New York is famous because it is the city that never sleep. For example, so the last thing is the get ready to be test. This is a text who has a link and it starts giving us questions that we have learned from the audios and the reading part, and some cultural questions. So there are like 10 or 15 of them. And that's pretty much it. These are the bibliography references that I have used for this session. That's pretty much it. Thank you so much.